Right, so this is my second go with this fantastic tool, getting the bearing collar off. The old style way is to grind through it with an angle grinder until it's thin, then tap it with a chisel, it will split and you can lever it off. Alternatively, you can make a cut into the collar, a shallow depth, one on each side, use a chisel and just tap it off, but occasionally you break the lumps off it, so you sometimes end up cutting and grinding through it anyway. The original tools just don't work very well on GP ones because there's not enough lip for them to grip on. Waste of time, waste of money. So we're going to try this method. This method is a KTM tool, or a replica of a KTM tool. It's for NJ series bearings, which is the same as an NU, which has got this straight collar. The NJ's got a little lip on it, and they actually use NJ for the Kazaa case. That's why it's got this undercut underneath it there, which would accommodate the little lip. So I'm going to heat this up, and I'll do it on a gas stove. So it's going to work by heat transfer with a bit of luck. We've had it working once, and then we've tried again with another one, and it didn't work very well at all. But I think we're going to need that to be reasonably stinking hot. And then it's got slots in it, so that when you clamp with the two handles as opposed to the one handle, you hold the heating device all the way around, evenly around the ring, transfer heat to it, hope that it expands enough that you can pull it off. We're up to 190, 184 now. You'll notice that I've now put me an old pair of bike gloves on because those handles do get hot. We're up to 190, I think that should do it. So I'll turn that off and then give this a go. So it's a matter of getting it on, and then holding it, oops, get it on and then clamp it. And then hopefully you start to see the oil go, and there we go, it's lifting off now. And there's the ring inside. So that's amazing, and it didn't slip. Obviously, if you don't grip it tight enough and it starts to skid, then what happens is if there's any bits of grit or anything in there, you actually scratch the sleeve and you won't be able to reuse it. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to reuse this anyway, because you can see how blue the bearing's gone. But in terms of getting it off, it's certainly a lot easier than grinding. So thank you, bloke on Facebook, for showing me that. That was well worthwhile. Right, just to prove it wasn't a fluke last time, we'll give it another go. I've got it up to 182, which I'm sure is hot enough. Ideally, I'd like to be able to do this without bluing the bearings and ruin them, but we'll see. Squeeze it until it starts to smoke. And there's the oil starting to burn and smoke now. And here it comes. And it's 2 out of 2. You should be able to put the tool onto the ring, hold that for a second clamped, let it absorb the heat, then you transfer it to the crankshaft and push it down. The problem with all these methods is that they are all time sensitive. You've got a certain amount of time to get that ring onto there where the ring is hit hotter than the crankshaft, but once the heat transfers from the ring to the crank, they both expand together and they'll lock. The same comes from getting it off. So I'm not sure how wise it is to try and save any of these rings, these collars, whether it's worthwhile, because you have to use a lot of heat to make sure that they come off. And I would say that you're up over 150 degrees, by which time you're starting to affect the structure of the bearing. So 125 I was told is the limit, but I think you probably need to go hotter than that on many Lambretta cranks to get them off. Top tip is not to put your hot tool down on top of the bag for your thermometer as well.